This is the Nikon ZF. It's got that classic retro charm that's straight out of the golden age of photography. I've seen negativity around this camera, but I'm going to tell you why this camera is the perfect everyday carry. Here's the thing, this isn't just a pretty camera. The Nikon ZF is full frame, which basically means you're getting better depth, dynamic range, and low light performance. That's huge for street photography. Full frame sensors pick up all of those details you might miss with the crop sensor, like subtle shadows or fine textures. If you want more information in your photos and you want the full story, full frame is where it's at. But what really makes this camera special is its balance of old school design with modern tech. It's built like a classic Nikon from the film days, but inside you've got that full frame magic that I just mentioned. Solid image stabilization and surprisingly decent autofocus. It may not be the fastest, but it gets the job done. And people are really loving this camera. I mean, just look at the reviews. Photographers are saying it's perfect for street photography, travel, you name it. It's not trying to be overly complicated, and sometimes that's what you want in an everyday carry. One of the best features about the Nikon ZF is how flexible it is with lenses. Yes, Nikon Z lenses are great, but if you've got lenses from Sony or Canon that are laying around, just know that you can adapt them to this body, no problem. That opens up so many creative options when you're going about your day and shooting. Nikon's been around forever, so they know what they're doing. Their cameras have a legacy. This one is inspired by the models like the Nikon FM2, which was a workhorse for photographers back in the day. There's something about this camera's appearance and history that just makes it feel nostalgic. And one of my favorite features is the easy black and white mode. Nikon has built in a monochrome mode that makes it really easy to switch to and start snapping photos. There's something magical about black and white photos. Stripping away the color lets you focus on raw emotion, the lines, the contrast. It's timeless, especially in street photography, where every shadow and highlight tells a story. So is the Nikon ZF the perfect camera? Maybe not. But for everyday photographers who want control, style, and that full frame quality, it's got a lot going for it. Yeah, it's a little pricey and it doesn't have every bell and whistle, but if you're the kind of person who loves the process of taking photos, this camera will reward you. So it's no mystery that I absolutely love the Nikon ZF as a daily carry, an everyday camera, and it's definitely going to occupy a space in my bag. I made a comment about how this camera takes me back to day one when I first started photography. I started with a Nikon film camera almost 20 years ago, and you know that those lenses are all manual. And I doubled down on the nostalgia by going with a fully manual lens in the Voigtlander 50 f1.2. It takes me right back to the basics where I have to make sure all of my settings are dialed in, and I have to make sure I am nailing focus. And of course, you don't have to go fully manual like I am, because there's a whole line of lenses that'll work with this camera that'll give you autofocus. But this combination is special. It makes you slow down and focus on the art of photography. I'm going to link this setup for you guys in the description, and if you want to watch more street photography videos, click right here or right here, and I will see you guys on the next one.